it's quite obvious that women only do things for male attention. They're sellouts, trying to take advantage of male desires. They're either ugly bitches or sex objects. So you probably thought what I just said was a bit sexist. And you would be right. However, put the word right wing before everything I just said, and then you'd be completely fine to progressives. First, we need to establish some principles that most, if not all, civil human beings can agree on, at least in theory anyway. Number 1. A woman's value does not come from her appearance. Number 2. You should not attack a woman based on her appearance. Number 3. You should not use stereotypical ideas about women to try and discredit what women say. I think these are things most people can agree on, right? However, it seems that this theory just simply stays at theory when it comes to some individuals on the left, who don't seem to live up to these very easily, not radical at all, principles. I'll start with politicians. MPs, they get a lot of abuse and slander. They get called all sorts of names. So of course they're going to receive comments calling them ugly or calling them slags, because they receive every insult under the book. This isn't surprising. It's interesting to see the amount of abuse and slander Priti Patel gets from the left, especially considering she's a woman of colour, the most oppressed on the oppression scale. A few months back I went to a Kill the Bill protest, and the amount of signs calling Priti Patel a pick-me-girl was ridiculous. Whilst of course MPs shouldn't be getting hate, it's even more shocking to see this abuse targeted at young conservative girls. The progressive left wouldn't call out young girls' insecurities, they wouldn't call them ugly, they wouldn't generally sexualise them. Oh wait. You may be thinking, Jess, left-wing women face abuse too. This isn't a problem solely on the right, on which I agree with that. However, I think there's an issue with depicting the left as all sunshine and rainbows, and the right as this evil cesspit of misogynists and racists, when that's really not the case. We should call out sexism regardless of who's saying it. However, I'm fed up of right-wing women being the outlet of left-wing people's misogyny. It really needs to be called out. So why do feminists think that some women are right-wing? Or why some women are against feminism? Let's hear it from the famous feminist Gloria Steinem.
It's very difficult. I mean, of course, any group of people that has been subordinate absorbs the idea of our own subordination and that it's natural, and comes to think that the only way to survive is to identify with the powerful. And I think that's, not surprising, and it's what happens to a lot of right-wing women. I mean, they think they better do what the powerful tell them to do, otherwise they'll be in even more trouble.
From my research, the traditional view of why women are right-wing is due to fear of the patriarchy of male violence. As Andrea Dworkin says in her book Right-Wing Women, most women, holding on for dear life, do not dare to abandon blind faith. From father's house to husband's house, to a grave that still might not be her own, a woman acquiesces to male authority in order to gain some protection from male violence. She conforms in order to be as safe as she can be. The traditional feminist view of right-wing women, even at its most radical, was sympathetic that right-wing women were a victim of internalized misogyny in the patriarchy. It's like a feminist version of class consciousness, if you will. However, things have significantly changed since the 70s, so what's the new feminist approach towards right-wing women? To make fun of them, of course.
As a woman, I'm one of the good ones though. I think feminism has gone too far. Bet you didn't expect that coming from a girl. No virtue signalling. Here's 45 vlogs I made dunking on feminazis. Yep, I mean that's pretty much every female right-wing creator.
You may have heard of the term pick-me girl. It's used to describe the girl who's not like other girls and tries to put down other girls to impress boys.
So pick me. Choose me. Love me.
The word, of course, is now overused. The amount of times I've been called a pick-me girl for being critical of feminism or holding a general right-wing view is ridiculous. It's ironic that the term pick-me girl, which was originally a feminist term, has been used to put other women down. You don't like traditionally feminine things and you prefer to hang out with boys, you must be doing it for male attention. You're insecure about the way you look and you're a teenager, so you're acting out in a very not great way. You must be doing it for male attention. Pick me girl. The approach to pick me girls is generally insulting and mocking. Instead of addressing the real issues why women act out this way because of their insecurities, because they don't like other women, instead of addressing the toxic femininity that's perpetuating this idea of the pick me girl, they just generally insult. How is this productive? Do you think you're going to convince these pick me girls to be, get rid of their internalized misogyny if you're just going to insult them? This might come as a surprise to many feminists, but I do not hold my opinions for right-wing male validation. I hold it because this is what I've researched and this is the conclusion I've come to. It's ironic because they hold right-wing women at a different standard to right-wing men. When it comes to this topic, I can't help but think of what Simone de Beauvoir said in The Second Sex. I used to get annoyed in abstract discussions to hear men tell me, "You think this way because you're a woman." But I know my only defence to the answer is, I think this way because it's true, thereby eliminating any subjectivity. It's ironic that this can be put towards modern-day feminists. During a debate, I don't want to think about my gender, that's irrelevant. I want to think about what's being said, that's how you debate. Thank you for watching this video, please go check out my other social media accounts. For those who follow me on TikTok, you may have realised I've not been posting that much. The reason for that is that I've been banned 3 times. I've got my account back now, but I don't know what's going to happen with it. So please go check out my other social media accounts so I don't just disappear off the internet. Very CCP-like, isn't it? This video was sponsored by my Patreons. Please consider becoming a Patreon to support my videos and my future videos, plus get exclusive access to other projects I'm working on. Thank you.